Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about multiplexing and demultiplexing. Now, first of all, we have to clear what is the uses of multiplexing. Now, see, whenever we are transmitting data from source to destination, that is from one node to another node, there may be a single transmission physical medium connected between two nodes. Okay, now if we are passing multiple signals at same time, multiple data flow at same time, then we have to combine all the data flow in a single medium. Using this medium, we will transmit that data, and at the receiving end, it must be separate. So that is a basic fundamental thing. We cannot implement, we cannot install multiple fiber channel or multiple transmission medium to connect different nodes. So we can install a single physical medium, and using this medium we can transmit multiple signals. See, here I want to clear a simple example. In our at our home, there is a water supply provided from the terrace, right? Output of water supply is single. Is it clear? Output of water supply is single, and uses of water supply, uses of this water supply, that is different plus, say for example kitchen, toilet, bathroom, sink, etc. So there is one output and one output from the water supply on the terrace, and there are multiple uses. So sender is one, receiver is multiple, but there is a single pipe to the bottom. At the bottom side we can separate these all taps. Now is it clear? I think that should be clear. Same way, in computer network, we can pass a single flow of data using a single pipe, single communication channel, and as per the requirement we can separate all this flow. That is a concept of multiplexing and demultiplexing. Now learn here. In this figure we have MUX, MUX, multiplexing device, and DMUX, that is demultiplexing device. Here in input lines, multiplexing device will combine all the lines in a single channel, and demultiplexing device, it will separate to the output line. So multiplexing is a process of combining multiple signals into one signal. Right? What is the task of multiplexing? It will combine multiple signals in a single signal. The process is called analog multiplexing. If our signals are processed with analog, then we can say that is analog multiplexing. And we are passing digital signals. I think what is the difference between analog signals and digital signals, that should be clear. Analog signals pass in a wave and digital signals pass in a phase. So we can say that these are the analog signals as well as digital signals. If we are using digital signals, then that is a technique called digital multiplexing. Multiplexing first developed in telephony. Remember, whenever we are making a simple phone call, then there are multiple phone lines available. Using a single line, we can transmit our data. A number of signals were combined to send through a single cable. The process of multiplexing divides a communication channel into several number of logical channels. I am reading the line paragraph here, and what it says, the process of multiplexing divides a communication channel. It will divide a communication channel into number of logical channels, allotting each one for a different message signal or a data stream to be transferred. The device that does multiplexing is called MUX, M-U-X, multiplexing device, multiplexer here. MUX, multiplexer, DEMUX, that is demultiplexer. The reverse process, that is extracting the number of channels from one, which is done at the receiver end and is called demultiplexing, and the device is called demultiplexer. Okay, now why multiplexing required? The transmission medium is used to send signal from sender to receiver. The medium can have one signal at a time. Using this medium, we can transmit a single medium. So there is a physical medium. There is a single physical medium. Using this medium, we have to transmit our data. Okay, there is a single pipe. If there are multiple signals are shared on medium, then the medium must divide in such a way that each signal is given some portion of the available bandwidth. Bandwidth means transmission space. Using a channel, using a fiber, using a physical medium, how much of data we can transmit in a single time. For example, if there are 10 signals and bandwidth of medium is 100 unit, then the 10 unit is shared by each signal. When multiple signals share common medium, there is a possibility of collision. Collision, that means collide. There may be a collapsion of data in between. Multiplexing concept is used to avoid such collision. Whenever the exact multiplexing was invented in 1870, there were a communication establishment between some people, and at that time the telephone carrier multiplexing in 1910, that was the invention of multiplexing. Basic concept in a technical way, if you want to learn in a technical way, so we can say that there are n number of inputs transmitted through a multiplexer, and multiplexer will combine all the signals in a single channel, then that is a multiplexing. And at the opposite side, at the last end, there is demultiplexing, and using this a single one channel, we can separate into n number of channels, that is demultiplexing. There are some types of multiplexing like frequency division multiplexing, wavelength division multiplexing, and time division multiplexing. There are main three types of multiplexing: frequency division multiplexing, wavelength division multiplexing, as well as time division multiplexing. We can also categorize the time division multiplexing in synchronous and asynchronous time division multiplexing. In short, we can say that frequency division multiplexing, that is FDM, wavelength division multiplexing WDM, time division multiplexing TDM, and TDM again divide STDM as well as ATDM. So we have to remember this diagram on the examination point of view, we have to draw and a question compulsorily asked by the examiner. Okay, now we will discuss individually one by one. First one, see here, frequency division multiplexing. So frequency, what is the frequency? A wavelength, frequency, wavelength and time. We have three different words: frequency, wavelength and time. So frequency, that is one kind of analog signals that can be passed from our physical medium. Frequency division multiplexing is a technique in which available bandwidth of a signal transmission medium is subdivided into channels. Channel. It should be clear. We have to write channel. How can we? How it will be divided in a channels? So channel number 1, channel number 2, channel number 3, up to channel number n. It must be divided in channels. Here we have a diagram, frequency range, that is device 1, device 2 and device 3. It has some range, that is 1 to 5 allocated to device 1, 7 to 12 that is allocated to device 3, and 14 to 19 that is allocated to device 3. So all three devices works parallelly. Okay, a single medium is subdivided into several frequency channels: channel number 1, channel number 2 and channel number 3, and each frequency channel is given different devices. Now here device 1, this is device 1 has a frequency channel of range that is from 1 to 5. So a frequency range of 1 to 5 that is specifically allocated to device 1, and now device 1 is worked using frequency of range between 1 to 5. Same way device 2 that is dedicated to frequency range, and that is 7 to 12. So device 2 works with channel number 7 to 12. The input signals are translated into frequency bands using the modulation techniques. Signals, input signals. See, whatever data we are transmitting, it must be converted into zeros or ones, and 0 and 1 that is interpreted as a signal. So we are basically transmitting signals on a layer, on a device. So converting signals into frequency, converting signals into frequencies is done by modulation techniques, that is denoted, that is noted as a modulation techniques, and they are combined by multiplexer to form a composite signal. After converting into frequencies, multiplexer MUX, it will combine all the frequencies in a single. The main aim of FDM, frequency division modulation, multiplexing, is to subdivide the available bandwidth into different frequency channels and allocate them to different devices. The carriers which are used to modulating the signals are known as subcarrier, and that may be represented as a frequency 1, frequency 2 up to frequency n, that is FDM. Now here there is a diagram, source 1, 2 up to n, source 1, source 2, source n, that is signals converted into frequencies. We have a modulator F1, F2, Fn. Here we are passing signals. This is a symbol of signal, and this is a symbol of frequencies. So we are passing signal. Carriers will convert using modulator into frequencies. These are the frequency range from 1 to n, and all the frequencies combined together, plus that means combined together and make a single channel to pass on the network using physical medium. This is the basic concept of FDM, frequency division multiplexing. FDM is used to pass analog signals. That is very simple and easy to implement. Large number of signals can be passed using this technique. FDM does not require any synchronization between sender as well as receiver. These are the advantages of FDM. Now, limitations of or disadvantages. We can say limitations of FDM, that is, it is use low speed channel. It consumes more time to convert signals into frequencies. It suffers from a crosstalk. See here, if we are combining this frequency in a single frequency, then there may be a chance from 4, that is frequency of 2 and frequency of 5 may be intercommunicate during the transmission. So that is a drawback. A large number of modulator required. If you want to pass n number of signals, then n number of modulator required to convert signals into frames. That is a disadvantage. And where we are using TV channel broadcasting as well as FM and AM broadcasting. We are using this kind of frequency division multiplexing. I hope it should be clear. Now next one, wavelength division multiplexing. If you want to increase the speed of transmission, then we may use WDM, wavelength division multiplexing. It has the same concept like FDM, but there is a single difference. In FDM we are passing signals in a frequency, and here we are passing हेलो जैसे करें सर आ लीजिए बाबा लीजिए and here we are passing optical signals from the channel. So as obvious, we can use fiber optic for WDM. WDM is used on fiber optics to increase the capacity of signal fiber. It is used to utilize the high data rate capability, right? It is an among multiplexing techniques. Here we have to also use some multiplexer as well as demultiplexer, and source we have multiple source number 1 to n, and all these frequencies may be converted directly or passed directly multiplexing devices, that is multiplexer. Here we can use WDM transmitter. Using this transmitter we can pass light signals, right? At the receiving, optical signals from different sources are combined to form a wider band of light with the help of multiplexer. As I said, we have multiple signals, and using this multiplexer and WDM transmitter, we can combine all the light signals. At the receiving end, multiplexer separates the signals to transmit them to their respective destinations. Multiplexing and demultiplexing can be achieved by using prism. Prism can perform a role of multiplexer by combining the various optical signals to form a composite signal, and the composite signal is transmitted through fiber cable. Prism also perform the reverse operation, that is demultiplexing. See, here we have one triangle that is denoted as a prism. a simple work task performed by prism to observe to receive light from one end and pass into multiple or in a reverse to get multiple signals and combine into a single. That is a task of prism, and we are using here with multiplexer as well as demultiplexer. Now third one, that is time division multiplexing. As obvious, we have a word and that is time, so we are using time in this technique. That is it is also denoted as a digital multiplexing technique. In frequency division multiplexing, all signals are operated at the same time with different frequency, but here time division multiplexing techniques, all signals operate at the same frequency with different time. See here, all signals operate at the same frequency with different times. Revise once, in FDM we have multiple frequencies, but there is not a fixed time, so here we can allocate some time. Time division multiplexing technique, the total available time in channel is distributed among different users. Therefore, each user is allocated with a different time interval known as time slot. Here we can assign time slot to a particular user. Using this time slot, they can transmit, they can pass the data. Okay. For an example, if we are providing some time, that is 10 to 11, that is session number 1. 11 to 12, that is session number 2. So in session number 1 we have to pass a dedicated person. We have to assign session number 1 to a dedicated person, and this dedicated person will communicate to the another user. That is fixed slot, time slots. There are two types of TDM, time division multiplexing: synchronous TDM as well as asynchronous TDM. Now what is synchronization and what is asynchronization? That means whenever we are passing some data from one end to another end, it must be clear, it must be satisfied whatever we are passing from the sender, in same manner it passed to the receiver at the same time. That is synchronous communication. And asynchronous communication, it should not be required at the same time both the sender and receiver alive at the same time. That is the difference between synchronization and synchronous and asynchronous communication. Like now in this technique we have synchronous TDM as well as asynchronous TDM. In synchronous TDM, that is time slot is pre-assigned to every device. Now see, we have three computers A, B and C. Now A wants to pass three signals, B want to pass two signals and C want to pass a single signal with a single medium. Then multiplexing technique can assign A for a particular time, B for a particular time and C for a particular time. Then using this time slot they can pass, like here we have three frames, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. First frame, second frame and third frame. In first frame all devices wants to pass their data, then A, B and C, three frames are allocated to device A, B and C. In second, A and B wants to pass data, then A and B, and last one, that is A wants to pass data, that is A. That is a time. In first time slot they can pass a single frame, after that a second frame and next one, that is third frame. That is a time division multiplexing. The time slots are organized in the form of frames. If a device does not have data for a particular time slot, then the empty slot will be transmitted. Like here, device have no data, then empty frame may be transmit. That is a disadvantage. Now here, the capacity of channel is not fully utilized as the empty slots are also transmitted, which is having no data. See here, channel has a capability to transmit 3 frames at the same time, but device A and B have no data. So that is an empty frame pass on a network. That is a disadvantage of synchronous TDM. So the speed of transmission medium should be greater than the total speed of input lines. Now asynchronous transmission medium, that is also known as statical TDM. Statical TDM, transmission division multiplexing. In this technique, time slots are not fixed. In previous case, time slots are fixed. In this case, time slots are not fixed. So how can we categorize which frame is transmit? Using a packet, and that is the address of destination and actual data. Time slots are allocated to only those devices which have the data to send. Right? In previous case, all the devices are using a channel. Whatever it have data or not. Therefore, we can say that asynchronous time division multiplexer transmits only the data from active workstations. Like we have multiple workstations. Using this workstation, whichever computer, whichever node wants to transmit the data, that actual transmission take part. An asynchronous TDM technique dynamically allocates the time slots to the device. It should be, in previous case, manually we are allocating the time slots. Here we are not allocating the time slots manually, so there may be some technique. Using this technique we can allocate the time slots, that is dynamic allocation. Asynchronous time division multiplexer accepts the incoming data streams and creates a frame that contains only the data with no empty slots. Right? It will not create empty slots. Each slot contains an address part that identifies the source of the data. Like here, whatever the frame is designed, it has two parts, address as well as date. What is the difference between asynchronous TDM and synchronous TDM is that many slots in synchronous TDM are utilized, while in asynchronous TDM slots are fully utilized. So it gives a better transmission. Okay. Now these are the techniques. How can we send our data? Now we have to learn at the receiving end, at the node that is receiving the signals. It uses demultiplexing technique. It uses demultiplexing. One input is routed to several outputs. Now, if any several signals put on a single carrier, then at the other end, the signals must be separated and each sent to appropriate destination. This device is known as demultiplexer. What is the name? That is used as a demultiplexer. Like mail, it is possible for me to send a message to any individual one of you. So there must be a set of path from me to each of you, and there must be a mechanism for selecting one of these paths in a particular instance. Here what it says, if I want to pass one mail to you, then there are so many different routes. Using these different routes, we may transmit our data. And if there are n number of students in the same location, then we can transmit multiple mails in a single medium. At the receiving end, we can separate all the mails. Like to select 2 raised to n data outputs require n selecting inputs, so it will reduce the time. So that is the multiplexing as well as demultiplexing technique. We will summarize all in a few minutes. So we have to transmit multiple signals in a single physical medium. Then we have to combine all signals in a single channel. That is the multiplexing. And on the receiving end, we have to separate a single channel into multiple n output. That is demultiplexing technique. We are using two different devices, multiplexer as well as demultiplexer. We have different techniques to multiplexing, that is TDM, WDM and FDM. Frequency division multiplexing, wavelength division multiplexing and time division multiplexing. In frequency division multiplexing, we are transmitting our signals into frequency. All the frequencies are combined in a single frequency, and single frequency will pass on a network using physical medium, and demultiplexer will separate all the frequencies. That is FDM. In WDM, we are using light as a signal, and so that we are using fiber optic channel. And using fiber optic channel, again we have to implement the same concept in frequency division multiplexing. Like all the frequencies, all the light signals combined in single, and at the receiving end, that is separated in multiple. In wavelength frequency division multiplexing, we are using prism to combine and separating the signals, light signals. Last one, that is time division multiplexing. In time division multiplexing, we are allocating a dedicated time slot to transmit our data. So there are two different types of time division multiplexing, and that are synchronous time division as well as asynchronous time division multiplexing. Synchronous time division multiplexing, we are allocating a fixed number of time, dedicated time slot to individual machines. It has a drawback: if the machine have no data, then empty slots will be transmitted over the network. While in asynchronous transmission technique, there is no fixed time slots allocated to devices. That's why we can use dynamic allocation, dynamic time slot allocating, and it will reduce the data traffic on the network. At the end, demultiplexing will separate all the frequencies into n number of output with a proper sequence. So that is a multiplexing and demultiplexing techniques. Thank you.